What's up, Internet? Corey's Amy here, back with a weekend adventure in video game hunting. We're out garage sailing. You heard it, garage sailing. Let's get this bitch! You cannot believe how much I've been looking forward to this year's garage sale season, and we're starting off pretty strong in this episode. First up, we have a Rhino Gear Sega Genesis 6-button controller, which honestly, I'd never heard of them, but it's complete in the box, listed at $5. He's got quite a bit of Star Wars merchandise here. A lot of it I'm not interested in. Those cups, if we had our own place, maybe, but I'd want to use them and not display them. That's just how I am with shit like that. I ended up getting that Rhino Gear boxed controller for $3 after haggling them down. Definitely cannot complain about that, which I've noticed I say a lot. Huh. Wouldn't happen to have any video games for sale.
No.
So you have the Wii box over there.
Yeah, that's empty. Sorry.
Just sell me the box.
Huh?
Just sell me the box? Yeah.
$1.
Alright. How weird is it that there's a white Wii here? And we just got a white Wii box. Like at the last sale we were at, they had the box on the and very specifically, that's what you have. How much you asking for all this?
Depends on the game. Some are newer. I want $10 for. Other ones are older. So.
How much you asking for the Wii system?
$20 for the Wii, 2 controllers. Works fine.
This game would have been worth so much if they didn't just re-release it on the PS4.
Right.
That's what I bought a PlayStation 3 for.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Lost the sale by the wind.
Yeah. Pick up the Dark Souls
You ever
games.
play that game?
These?
You'll get mad.
Yeah. Come on, I get mad at games that aren't hard, so.
I had to buy that remastered edition. I had the original for PS2.
Did you end up getting a PS4?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. I'm thinking about
I see you have some of the games that are available on PS4. I was wondering if you upgraded yet.
That's why I got it for PS3 instead.
What would you do for these 4 games in the Wii?
Let's see. $40.
Just take 30?
Did you know that all employees
35?
a contract as an employer? An employment contract is one of
Pretty
the
fair.
most
Yeah, I'd
important
do that.
documents you can use. An
Do you have a bag?
contract.
Garage sailing success. I don't know why I'm smelling stuff, but it smells great, don't it? Kind of weird how that worked out, getting the Wii box, and then the very next sale we go to the white Wii with all the hookups and everything, and not for a bad price at all. That's a weird way to say that. And not a bad price at all. So, can't complain about that. Now we're gonna head to the flea market and then get some motherfucking breakfast. Alright, at this booth at my usual flea market, we have some $2 video games. Silent Hill 2, for that price, is not a bad deal. I did look through everything here. Unfortunately, I can't show you all that footage because, as my flea market here likes to do, every once in a while, some random porn will pop up in the sights of the camera, which I obviously can't show you on YouTube. And as you can see, right there, that little female face poking out, there were some titties along with that. Next up, in a bin of random junk, I find some N64 titles, one of which I don't believe I've ever seen in a while, Chameleon Twist. And of course, you got your N64 era wrestling game, and I believe there's also a Cruisin' USA game. They were all priced differently. I think they were $5 each, with the exception of Chameleon Twist randomly being $3. Went up to buy Chameleon Twist for $3, and she offered them to me for $3 each, so I took her up on that. Not a bad deal whatsoever.
How much are you asking on this? John, the game system?
What?
The 3DO game system?
Which one?
The game system with the controllers?
Yeah, 20. You got the games too.
If you listen closely, you can almost hear my butthole pucker when the guy screams across the flea market 3DO game system, trying to alert all the other sharks that are in the water here. Fortunately, I get this deal closed up and locked down for $20 before someone rolls up next to me and asks, how much are you asking for the 3DO? And the thing is, I wasn't here first thing in the morning, so definitely really lucked out in this situation. $20 each on PlayStation 3 titles. Part of me wonders if this guy is holding a grudge against me because I got a top loader off him for $17 back in the day and have regularly caught him slipping in the past, so I don't know if like he found out afterwards how much he fucked up or if he just has random ass prices sometimes. Now you'd think after going to tag sales, the flea market, getting breakfast, and then going back to tag sales, stuff would be gone. But at this sale, I've slowed it down because there's a lot to talk about here. I asked about video games. First, they showed me a PS2 console that they wanted $20 for. I spotted some Rock Band stuff in their garage for the Wii, started inquiring about the Wii. They bring this shit out, and unfortunately, most of this is just exercise garbage. Unfortunately, the new Super Mario Bros. Game is probably in the system, and they said if I didn't want to buy everything, they didn't want to get rid of the best game. And when they initially brought this stuff out, they were asking $250. Now, that's the thing with dealing with ritzy people at garage sales. I don't think they understand the actual value of a dollar and what their stuff is worth.
Hey guys, it's Sunday, heading to my usual flea market, rocking a new hat. Spy cam coming soon, I think. I think I'm gonna actually invest into getting a new spy cam to put on a hat like I used to. Yeah, I wasn't actually gonna go to the flea market today. I was just gonna make breakfast and relax, but I don't know. You get a 3DO one day at the flea market, and you wonder what's gonna be there the next day. Because this flea market, it's not necessarily always gonna be the same people, you know, day to day. So I'm gonna cross my fingers. Maybe we can have some really good luck 2 days in a row, because it's gonna be another really nice day today. Let's go.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am not one to go digging through these random boxes, but if I spot a game on the top, I might run around a little bit in there for a bit. But we got Tenchu, Wrath of the Ninja for $2 in this random box of stuff. He does say that there might be other game stuff in other boxes, but I'm not seeing any anywhere. I actually spent quite a bit of time at this booth and came up empty on anything else. So, yeah, I guess it pays to run around in that shit sometimes. I know a lot of other people I watch on YouTube do that, and it's really not for me. They find great stuff doing it. Every time I do it, it's fucking garbage.
I'll explain later. Alright guys, let's take a look at what I was able to find on the first weekend that I would consider of the year for garage sales. For 3 pesos, I was able to pick up a Rhino pad, complete in the box. It's a Sega Genesis 6-button turbo controller. Very rarely my voice squeaks, and very rarely do you find a third-party controller complete in the box that you actually want to pick up. I don't know if it was the fact that it was the first find of the weekend, or maybe because I like 6-button turbo controllers, but $3. Next thing we found at garage sales, this was actually a very ritzy part of the neighborhood. And this was in their, pretty much almost in their trash. Like, they had pretty much thrown it out. They said they had gotten rid of the system. And I asked them how much they wanted for just the box for the white Wii, the original Wii Sports bundle. They only wanted $1, which is not a bad price. And as you saw, the very next sale, we come across a box of games that has the white Wii. So that's complete. It also came with 2 remotes. The well, unfortunately / fortunately, because they'll go with the set, but they're regular Wiimotes, no Wii Motion Plus whatsoever. All the hookups even came with this little stand, so you can stand it vertically. Picked up 4 PS3 games and bundled together them with the Wii for $40 total. The games I got, Wii Sports of course, so that makes that pretty much complete. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which was like the last second add-on. He had it in a NBA 2K Who Gives a Fuck case, and he decided to mention it as we were about to walk away with everything else. The PS3 games I basically picked up because these were titles I wanted to have in my collection. So we got the Game of the Year edition of Dead Island, Jak and Daxter HD collection, which is pretty cool because I don't need to have any of the PS2 versions. Not that I kept any, but whatever. And then I also got 2 games that I can almost guarantee I will never put in my system. Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, but I like watching the Let's Plays on them, especially when, who is it, Man vs. Game does it. Find that very entertaining, so I picked these up. Dark Souls 1, randomly like a $20-something game. Who'd have thought? So that was not a bad deal for $40. Basically $41 for a complete Wii, Smash Brothers, and 4 games for my PS3 collection. Next thing we did was we headed over to our usual flea market, and I found some shit there. I found some fucking good shit there. Some of it I had to edit out, because one thing my local flea market is great at is showing some bare-ass titties. Usually in the form of porn DVDs, bootleg porn DVDs, blow-up dolls, you name it. You'll see some titties there. And when I record, I'll accidentally record some titties sometimes. I don't think it's ever made it into a video, luckily. But as I was finding this Silent Hill 2 for the PS2, I had to cut the filming short because titties. Made my way around the flea market and came across a bin that I decided to dig through for some reason. Usually something I don't do. I don't really get down and dirty in bins, especially when they're DVDs. And luckily I did for these because 3 N64 titles, they're individually priced. At first I picked up Chameleon Twist for $3 because I rarely see that one. Not that I collect for the N64, but I figured for $3 it can't be a bad deal. And I put these two back because they had them priced at $5. She decided on her own that she would sell them for $3 if I wanted them. So I got Cruisin' USA, which is actually a title I wouldn't mind having if I actually collected for the N64. And WCW versus NWO World Tour. Lucked out pretty good. Got a brand new system to collect for. Honestly, I haven't tested it yet because I haven't scrounged up any AV cords. I think it just uses the basic red, white, and yellow ones, so I can easily test that, well, as easily as a fat man can get behind that TV back there. Came with a handful of games. Are any of them good? I don't know. It's a weird system. It's the motherfucking 3DO. Oh, that's motherfucking heavy. Oh, it's fucking heavy. This is actually a system way back before I ever begged my way into getting a PS1. I went over to a friend of the family's house that had this system randomly. White people, I guess. And we were playing some war game, and I think they showed us Gex, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. It was like revolutionary to me that it used discs instead of cartridges. And it was new, and none of my friends had ever talked about it. No one had ever heard of it in my neighborhood, so I was just like, I want to get that. Found out it had a retail price of like $700 or $800. I don't even think I actually asked for it because I knew that was way out of the price range that I could ever beg my way into getting something. And it was definitely way more than I could ever save up at that age. So this was out of reach for me. I ended up getting a PlayStation. But after 20 something years, here we are. Sitting here. I have a Panasonic 3DO in my lap. Came with 2 controllers. And I would never have guessed it because I don't really pay attention to PC looking ass games, but they had a whole stack of 3DO games, like completely separate from the system. Luckily they mentioned it. Oddly enough, I'm going to show you the most expensive one from what I can tell first. Most of these are disc only. None of them have the long box, but Family Feud disc only goes for like randomly like 15. Explain that to me. We got Twisted, the game show. It also had random PlayStation 1 demo discs. This one I definitely had as a kid, the tie-dye ass one. And then Cool Games, free stuff, demo disc from Namco. Slam & Jam 95. Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. Myst, which is actually the only one that came with the back insert and you could actually read what it says on the side. So that's actually probably the only one I'm going to keep. I don't really think I'm going to just collect random loose discs, but got Road Rash, the sampler CD, Panasonic 3DO sampler CD, Shockwave, Pebble Beach Golf Links, and Jurassic Park Interactive. Let me know, because I haven't really looked into it at all, what 3DO games should I be on the lookout for? I understand I'm not likely going to find them in the wild ever. Well, some of my local game stores definitely have some. I'm going to go check those out at some point. But let me know what I should be on the lookout for. I can't imagine there's a ton of games in the library that I should pick up, just because the system had a pretty short shelf life, I believe. Like I said, came with 2 controllers, and they only asked for $20 for everything, which is a great deal. even if it doesn't work, I've seen some of the controllers go for like 20 to 25 on eBay on their own, so I'm not going to be too upset if it doesn't work, but I really hope it does, because it would be nice to have a new system that I've always wanted. Late in the day, we went to another tag sale, and we were at this one for quite some time. It was rich folk, once again. Very nice house. Really didn't understand how depreciation of video games worked over time. They first showed me a PS2 console. We couldn't meet at a price. I think they wanted 10, and I was honestly, I was only willing to throw them a $5 bill. You have a fucking villa in the middle of town. No. I'm haggling next to a Jaguar. No. Anyway, we keep talking. I noticed that they have a Wii Rock Band set in the back of their garage, because I was asking if they had other games, anything else. And of course they thought I was actually interested in that, so I had to tell them, no, not interested in that. But it prompted them to go inside and pull out the Wii that they had and a whole bunch of games. Unfortunately, the ones that I would like were missing. I'm assuming the new Super Mario Bros. Was in the console itself. And the price they quoted me when she first brought it out, I would give it all to you for about $300. And I was just like, what in the blue fuck do you think? Like, do you not understand what the value of money is living in this ritzy house? Like, $300 is just something someone's just gonna be like, oh yeah. Oh, I just almost broke my finger. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, I ended up separating out 2 games. Picked up Wii Sports and the big box for Wii Sports Resort. And we haggled pretty hard. We ended up giving them $12 for this. This is missing the extra large Wii condom that came with it. But otherwise, it's complete and in pretty good shape. And that was all we got on Saturday. I was honestly going to stay home on Sunday and just chill. But I kept thinking to myself, I got a 3DO for $20 yesterday at this flea market. Can I realistically just leave it to the wolves? I gotta go hunt. Unfortunately, the only thing I found was Tenchu Wrath of Heaven in a pretty jacked up case, but this is not bad for $2. And that was it. Until we went on an awkward adventure for this story, I guess. No, what I'm saying. I'm confused because I'm bleeding. Yeah, I'm bleeding. When I went to do the money thing, I cut my thumb open on my fingernail. It's okay. We don't have to go to the hospital yet. I can soldier through it. So we went up to Massachusetts to pick up a bed. Yeah. And randomly, Alicia's best friend's mother, who we were getting the bed from, donated to us. Holy fuck, this is heavy. And now I'm super conscious of the fact that I'm bleeding and these boxes are white as hell. You got Wii Fit in the box. Just the board, now that I think about it. It doesn't actually have the game. And yet another Wii console. The Sports Edition. I'm pretty sure I just bled on that. No, that's good. The Sports Edition. Wii Sports Edition. So, we doubled up. Fucking 2 of them in one weekend. One of them I pieced together, one was handed to me. So, let me know if some crazy shit has ever happened to you when you're out game hunting like that, or just in general. It's one of the first times I've had, it's probably like the second time I've had games donated from a friend of the family or a family member, and it's always great. no matter what it is, the fact that they're thinking about you, it's wonderful. So I'm very appreciative of that. Let me know in the comments below what you were able to find this weekend. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. I need a band-aid. And as always, keep it real, internet. I love you guys. That was a 15-minute pickup video.